Hello dear student. In last video we were talking about text box and one of the property of whether if we set it is visible true, then what will happen, and visible false, then what will happen. If we set visible true, then that particular text box will be appear on the web browser when you run the program. And suppose I set it as an false, then that particular text box, that control will not be visible on your UI. So what I have done for this text box too, I have done one change. As you can see, the property, I told you how to property, just right click on that particular control and just click on the property, you will get the property. So here my properties are open. You can see here text box 2 properties, visible set as a false. You can set as a true or you can set as a false. So I have run that program just a few minutes ago and you will see the output over here. This one, see, as it is visible is a false. So text box 2 will not appear on your browser. Only you will see text box 1 and some label content and the button content. So we haven't written any code behind this button, so nothing will appear over here. So in this video we will focus on the another next control, that is an label control. So I have taken two labels, label 1 and label 2. So from where we have to take it? So just go to the toolbox, and in the toolbox you will find label, okay, here, and from here just you have to drag it. Suppose I drag over here, then this is your label. Now let's set some properties. These are somewhat similar like your text box, but it is a passive control. Now there are two types, one active control, another one passive control. Its name is suggesting. Active control means what? You can enter some values from the user and you can pass these values to the server. That is the use of the active control. And text box, this is an active control where you are passing some data. But labels, that it is for the displaying the information. So it is just a passive text and the user will understand what we have to do with that particular text box or any another active controls. So for information we require some text to be entered, and that should be a permanent text on your web browser. Then we are going to use the label. So this is the username, label is created. So we will see which are the different properties. So the properties are almost same. You can see here over here access key. I told you before, access key for what? Access key, it is used as in a short key. So this will be as in a short key for you are accessing that particular label. Suppose I write here as in Y, then when I open the browser, run the program, and I press Alt Y, then that control will go to the label. Then control key ID, then tab index, so it will be having a 0 tab index when I press a tab key. So you can put a sequence. Suppose I have created a registration form, and in that your flow like tab index, when I press a tab, then first of all it should go to the username, so that will be your first one 0, then the first text box 1, then label 2, label then label 2, then label suppose 3, or the text box 2 and the button. So you can maintain a sequence with the help of this tab index. By default it is 0 for everyone. Then we can the back color. You can set a back color for your label also. Suppose for the back color we can take anything color that you like. So this color will be appear. Suppose I don't want to set a color, just go here and take a white, so no color will be there. Okay, so color that you know, so here you have to select that particular label. This is my label 2. Okay, then border color, even you can set a border for that particular label. So it is not set right now. You can set, suppose I set it as a double, so this will look like this one, username within a border there. Okay, then border width you can specify CSS. If suppose you have written the CSS, then you have to mention the class over there. Font, you know that you can set a font. Even the forecolor you can set. Forecolor means text color. You can set over here. Text, I have written username text. Suppose I write over here login name. Then okay, that will be appear. See, it has been changed. This is a client ID mode. Yes, it is inheriting. It's a parent classes enable true and enable theming true, so it will just for enabling the content. Then main that we can see, it's a layout is height and width, and it's a ID, it is an important one. So you can change the ID also. Suppose I don't want to use label 1 label 2 for understanding. Suppose when you write a code behind it, then it should be like name as an ID. Then at the back end, its data will be get changed. I will show you. Till since wait a minute. Let keep it as a label 1, label 2. If I change it, wait a minute, I will change it. Okay, again I try to change it. Yes, right now it is has been changed. Before that it was giving some error, but right now it worked. Uh, then main important thing, label. Understand that label, it is used to just give an information on the web browser, and you can set different simple properties for that, just like a text box. And it is a passive control. Here you cannot give any kind of input for that, and just it will be having a label, and that label will be associated with some active controls. So let's run this program. So this is a web form 2. Save it, and just you can say view in browser. Okay, here you can see we have changed it as to login name, password as it is another label, and this label we haven't done anything. Suppose we have created a button click, and we have written some code behind the button, and we have set a property just like if suppose login name and password is a correct one, then it should display the label like this is a correct username and the password, or login correctly, or the same information we can set with this help of one button code. So we will see it in a later part that how to write a code, and you can change that label content according to that one also. But the user cannot give an input, so that input will be given as a part of the coding. So it is called as a passive control. So this is about the label. In next video, we will learn about the button controls and the properties of the button control. Thank you.